Hello and welcome future Timberwolves. Hello and welcome future Timberwolves. I'm Mrs. Brummage and I'm here with the other counselors today to talk to you guys about some really helpful information for you to get registered for your classes. I know you guys are all excited about coming to Chiles, so we have some information to share with you and it's really important, so please pay attention. I'm going to pull up the PowerPoint right now. So again, welcome everyone. We're excited to have you at Chiles. This is our guidance and counseling department. We have 5 counselors here at Chiles, and as you can see, we see students by their last name. So that way we get to know you guys and have you for the 4 years that you're here. And if you've had a sibling that's been here, they may have had one of us before as well. So we have Mrs. Garner, and she has students last name A through C. Mrs. Brummage is me. I have students last name D through HA. Ms. Mathis has students HE through MC. Mrs. Benton has students ME through SA. And Mrs. Robinson has students SC through Z. We also have Mrs. Fisher, who is our guidance secretary, and Mrs. Beatty, who is our registrar. Graduation options. So there's a 24 credit standard diploma that you will be working towards, and all of the requirements are listed here. Now keep in mind, when you get your course request form, these same requirements will be on that form, so you don't have to memorize everything that's on the screen. You can always look at that form, or you can refer back to this presentation. And a credit is basically a year long of a course, so you're going to want to make sure that by the end of the 4 years you have met all these requirements. So for example, for English, you need 4 credits. You'll be taking an English class every year at Chiles. And math, you also need 4 to include Algebra 1 and geometry. You can see the other credits that you need here as well. The HOPE is the PE credit. A lot of students, we encourage you to take that by your 9th grade year, if you can. Also, there's a fine art requirement. It's just 1 credit, or a DOE approved practical art. Also, your GPA, which is your grade point average, and we'll talk to you guys more about that next year, but that is your what your grade average is. And a 2.0 is actually a C average, so you do want to watch your grades, and you have to do a lot more than pass in order to graduate. And then you can also see that you have to pass the grade 10 FSA ELA and either the Algebra 1 end of course exam or the geometry end of course exam. And the other requirement is to complete an online course. So don't stress out too much about the online credit. There's a lot of ways you can get the online credit. It can be a semester or year-long course. It just has to be the entire course. And you may have taken it in middle school. As long as it counts as a high school credit, it will count. The other ways to earn the online credit is through Leon Virtual School or Florida Virtual School. It can also be credit recovery. Now, one important thing to note, if you take HOPE at Chiles as a freshman, that will actually count for the online requirement. It is one of our, and we have several courses like this at Chiles that are called blended models. So when you're in the class, you actually do some online work on the computer. So that does count for online. So most of you will have that requirement out of the way by 9th grade. So again, I mentioned Leon Virtual School. Now they're not doing summer programs. So if you are planning to do HOPE in summer, you'll want to do the FLVS, the Florida Virtual School. When you sign up for that, you'll need to have your parents email either your counselor at your counselor now, or if it's later over the summer, they can email one of your child's counselors.
Okay, so I'm Mrs. Benton. I'm one of the counselors here as well. I'm going to go over your course progression. So when you come into high school, we typically will follow a progression of courses specifically for your core academics. Most 9th grade students take a very similar schedule. So in 9th grade, everyone's going to take English, everyone will take a math, everyone will take science, and then we recommend 9th grade students take HOPE. Now, if you do take it over the summer and you complete it, then you could change that out with an additional elective. The required courses for what we have here is called for a PreAP or AP Excel program. We follow the same thing, except for we do allow students who meet that criteria to take either an honors world history course or an AP world history course or an AP human geography course. If you qualify for the AP Excel, you could potentially also take AP biology or AP environmental science. However, I do want to caution you that if you are starting AP coursework as a 9th grade student, that you are taking what's a college level class. So those courses are going to have more homework, they're going to have more outside reading, and they are going to be more rigorous than what a regular high school course is. So you want to make sure if you're taking those courses that you're earning really good grades in those courses, and that you're ready to take it. That is going to be more work. So in order to qualify for Pre-AP Excel, students must have a 3.2 grade point average, and this grade point average is cumulative over all of your middle school grades. So 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, you have to have at least a 3.2. For the 2021 school year, which will be the school year you guys are coming in, we are not requiring that students have qualifying test scores, but typically we do require it. We still suggest that you have at least a level 3 or higher on one of your FSA English language arts tests. And the reason we recommend this is we do find that students typically are more successful when they have that level reading score. For the AP Excel program, students must have a 3.9 GPA or higher, and again, that's cumulative over those 3 years. We are not requiring the test scores for this program either, but we do recommend that a student have a level 4 or a level 5 to take these AP courses. And again, remember, they're AP courses. So a level 4 or a level 5 would be an advanced reader. And generally speaking, you need to be an advanced reader to perform really well in those AP classes. If you have more questions about the Pre-AP Excel or the AP Excel program, you can contact the coordinator, which is Mrs. Kat Quick. She's one of our English teachers here, and her email is listed below.
Hi again. So I'm here to talk to you guys more about the Bright Future Scholarship. And one reason we like to talk to you at the beginning of your high school journey is because you do have 4 years to earn these requirements. And so now's a good time to at least start thinking about a plan for you if you would like to earn the scholarship. It's a really great scholarship. And you can see the one on this screen is the Academic Scholars and the Florida Medallion. So both of these are academic awards, and you can use them at any Florida university. So, and we'll talk definitely later in more detail about the requirements for that. But basically, you have to have a certain grade point average. You have to have test scores on SAT or ACT, which you'll take later in probably sophomore, junior year. And you also have to have community service hours. So for the academic, you need 100 hours. And for the medallion, you need 75 hours. You can start working on these hours as early as after 8th grade graduation. So this coming summer, you can start working on your hours. Now, again, you have until your senior year to complete them, but it is a lot of students like to get a head start and do that over the summer. Okay, and so another thing to note for Bright Futures is there are certain classes that you have to take. Most of them are the classes that you're already going to be taking at Childs that are required for graduation. I want to point out that here listed as one of the required classes is 2 foreign languages in the same language. So if you recall on the required classes for graduation, this was not listed. So it's a common misconception. Foreign language is not required to graduate from Childs. However, if you want the Academic Scholars or the Florida Medallion Award, then you do have to take 2 years of a language. So, and that doesn't necessarily mean that you take it in your freshman year. Some of you may have it now in 8th grade even, but you would have to take it at least by your junior year in order to have time to complete the 2 years. We have another scholarship with Bright Futures that's called the Gold Seal. And the difference is this scholarship pays 100% tuition at a vocational or technical school only. So if you are interested in one of those programs, this might be a good scholarship for you. It requires GPA and test scores. And also you have to complete all 3 classes in one of our vocational programs. And the programs are listed here. So for example, if you wanted to do the TV production, you would take 1, 2, and 3. like 9th, 10th, and 11th grade, or 10, 11, and 12, and earn a 3.5 GPA or higher in those within those 3 classes. You can see a list of all of our programs here. We have a nice variety. Culinary arts, note that you that's only for 10th grade, so you won't be able to take that in 9th grade, unfortunately, but it is an option for you in 10th grade.
My name is Mrs. Robinson. So I'm going to go over the requirements for our athletes. If you're interested in competing at a collegiate level after you graduate high school, these are the requirements for you. So there are certain academic eligibility and course requirements that you must complete in order to qualify. So you must complete at least 16 core courses, and then 10 of those 16 courses must be completed before the 7th semester, which is your senior year of high school. And you can kind of see down below, it talks about 7 of those 10 core courses must be English, math, or science, which are the equivalent for your normal high school diploma. You must also complete the initial eligibility clearinghouse application after your junior year. So that is something you will fill out during your junior year, and you must have at least a 2.3 GPA and must have completed those 16 core academic courses. And you can see below, it's your 4 English credits, your 3 math, which includes algebra 1 and 2 and geometry, your 2 social studies credits, your 2 science, and then an additional English, math, or science, and then those 4 additional years of English, math, science, foreign language, social science, and then religion or a philosophy comparative. So if you are interested at competing at a collegiate level, if you are an athlete, just visit the website down at the bottom and you can see further information there. One of the very important things about attending high school is the attendance policy. So if you're going to be successful throughout your high school career, you must come to class and you must be on time. So the following is our policy for attendance. So any student with unexcused absences totaling at least 4 will be given an F as their grade for that 9-week marking period. So your grade will be an F if you have those 4 late unexcused absences. So it's really important to get those absences excused. If you're sick or if you're going on vacation, you must get that turned in. Our tardy policy is anytime you arrive late at least 10 minutes, you are considered tardy. And if you have 4 tardies, it is 1 late. So if you arrive unexcused to a class that's over 10 minutes, you will be recorded as late. So 4 tardies equals Saturday school or in-school suspension. So it's really important to be on time. So any questions with attendance, you can reach out to Mr. Lightfoot, who is our assistant principal of attendance.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Garner. I am one of the counselors here, and I'm going to talk to you about how to register for your classes, which is a very exciting part, but it can also be kind of scary. Every student is to turn in a course request form. If you don't turn in a form, then one of us counselors will be making a schedule for you. So it's really important that you return these forms back to us. You have to be in 6 classes. There is no wiggle room with that. And we also ask that you also have 2 additional electives there. Your current teachers right now will assist you in choosing which academic level is best for you with your core, like your math and your science, and if you're ready for social studies. So it's important that you talk to them and that you're vigilant of what you are capable of taking here in high school. We do follow a progression and we try to stick to that. The progression is there to ensure that you will be successful in the following course. And that also does include electives. So some electives do require that you take that previous level in order to be able to handle those subsequent levels in moving forward. Now, if you're in a pre-AP or an AP progression, then you will be accelerated and you will be responsible for making sure that you're coming to school, doing your work, and that you can handle that. We are available to help with you when you get here, and also if you have any questions about like electives or moving forward. Okay. Lastly, when completing your form, you will see that you'll have some squares and some triangles on there. A square is a full year course, and you will be in that course for the entire school year. A triangle is a half credit course. A lot of our physical education classes are a half credit, and so when selecting those, it's important that you select 2 to equal a full credit. So you would have maybe team sports semester 1, and then you would like to try basketball semester 2, for instance. Make sure that when you're picking your classes, again, that you're going to have a total of 6 credit courses on there. And if you just continue taking and earning your 6 credits every year, then you will be at that minimum 24 credit requirement for graduation. Lastly, in looking, can you go back, Ms. Brevin?
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. So there are some courses where it's a level 1 and it won't require a teacher recommendation, but any course that is that has a line next to it, a lot of times it's our level 2 courses, they will require a teacher recommendation. Okay. The HOPE class is bubbled in as a standard for freshmen. If you are choosing to take that class online, it's important you cross that out and indicate you will be taking that class online and select another elective course to put in there. Otherwise, you will be put in that HOPE class, and it is considered as one of your core courses. Okay. Lastly, remember that, our school does start earlier. It can be quite a shock from middle school, starting at 9:30. Our late bell rings at 7:30 a.m. But the nice thing is you get out at 1:50. You're not in school until 3:50. And you are, next year we will have a 6-period day, so you will circulate through 1st through 6th every day. There won't be a block scheduling. And we're currently expecting to have a 7th period option, but those classes will be limited and registration for that will be once the school year starts. There will be a freshman orientation before school starts. It's generally the Friday before the first week of school, so that Friday of pre-planning week, so be on the lookout for that. I'm not really sure yet if it's going to be an in-person orientation or one that's done remote or digital. So, but it's a great thing to attend, especially if you're feeling nervous about being on a big high school campus. All right, I think that's it.
All right. Thank you guys, and best of luck to you guys as you start the registration process. Have a good day.
Bye.